Come with me today to Honfleur, the French seaside town even locals dream about. 2 hours from Paris, and it feels like stepping straight into a painting. I just got off the bus parce qu'à Honfleur, il n'y a pas de gare de train. There is no train station. Il y a seulement une gare routière, a bus station. It was raining when we were on the train. Et là, soudainement, il fait très beau. I'm so happy that we just arrived. Nous sommes en face du vieux bassin, which is one of the iconic spots of Honfleur. Et c'est vraiment le vieux port. It's the old port, and you can see all the boats avec l'eau. I can't wait to spend the day with you. Allons explorer. Allons-y! Nous sommes en face du vieux bassin, which is the old port of Honfleur. It inspired so many impressionist artists, and we can see different paintings that were here. C'est un des lieux vraiment emblématiques, and you can see all the fishermen houses that surround it, tout là où les pêcheurs vivaient, and you can tell they're very tall, thin buildings that are constructed upward instead of outward. Honnêtement, c'est un endroit parfait pour se balader. Such a great place to walk around, prendre un petit café, have a little coffee. Et on a vraiment l'impression d'être à la mer, being by the sea, but having also the city that we're going to explore in just a bit. Et là, je rentre dans une petite ruelle qui s'appelle la rue Haute. So it's called the High Street. And High Street is because it's the place in the city, it's a higher street. Il y a sûrement la rue basse, du coup, the lower street. Les maisons à colombage qu'on peut voir ici, il y en a énormément. There are so many. Ça me rappelle un peu l'Alsace quand j'avais fait ma vidéo en Alsace. Mais c'est vrai qu'en Normandie, il y en a énormément. There are so many maisons à colombage houses, the half-timbered houses. Et elles sont trop belles, so beautiful. Regarde, il y a même un hache en fleurs. Such a cute place. En route pour la plage, in direction for the beach. Et qu'est-ce qu'on a là? We have the lighthouse, le phare that everyone's been painting about. I've seen it in Monet's paintings, in Eugène-Boudin's paintings. Et il est là, le fameux phare de Honfleur, the very famous lighthouse of Honfleur. Let me show you the painting. Regardons la peinture. The painting by Eugène-Boudin, that's in the museum. And the lighthouse, le phare. C'est écrit accès plage, which means the access to the beach. On va aller voir la plage. Allons-y! It's nice to have the salty fresh air of the sea. Mais je trouve que la plage, elle n'est pas aussi belle qu'à Deauville, because I made another video about Deauville, which is kind of the Hamptons of Paris. And so if you want to check that video out later, you can. Mais j'ai l'impression que c'est pas aussi beau. It's not as beautiful. You can also see the port there, all the way in the back. Mais Mémé est très contente. Mémé is so happy, so no regrets of walking along here. But perhaps in the summer, c'est différent. Maybe I'll need to come back in another season. Heading back into the city, we're seeing the port, and this reminded me that a lot of people don't know that there were super famous boat expeditions that actually started from Honfleur. Une des plus connues, one of the most famous, was de Samuel de Champlain. He actually sailed across the whole Atlantic Ocean, l'océan Atlantique, and he founded what is Quebec City. And so c'est complètement fou de se dire that the history tied between France and Canada also started depuis le port de Honfleur. de pomme. Et puis moi ce sera celui-là thé vert pomme caramel calvados. Ça me semble très original comme, comme thé.
Oui.
Et puis est-ce que ça rentrerait dans le thé gourmand ou pas?
Ça rentre dans le thé gourmand.
Ok. Et c'est quoi les pâtisseries du thé gourmand?
Vous allez avoir une chouquette garnie à la crème de fleurs d'oranger. Après vous pouvez avoir un brownie et une auto-pâtisserie, tout dépend ce qu'on a. Vous avez 3 pâtisseries.
Bah, je pense que je vais plutôt prendre un thé gourmand. Ouais. Merci.
We are in un petit salon de thé and I just ordered un thé qui a de la pomme, de la poire, apple, pear and aussi du calvados. And it's so interesting because actually Calvados is the region that we're in currently. C'est la région au nord-ouest de la Normandie. And so I'd never actually been in this part and they're really, really famous pour leurs pommes, for their apples. So bien sûr, on a aussi pris un jus de pomme. I saw that they have jus de pomme normal, which is the normal one, and they have jus de pomme chaud, which is the hot apple juice. Rien à voir avec les jus de pomme qu'on achète en supermarché. It has like nothing to do with the grocery store apple juices that we buy. And so a lot of the things in this region are derived from apples. Même leurs desserts, par exemple, il y a la tarte tatin, which is a really famous dessert. There are dishes also that are made from cider. Of course, gonna taste some cider while I'm here because la région est connue pour ça. Ici, on a notre thé gourmand. So thé gourmand is when we don't know what to choose. Il y a les spécialités, les pâtisseries de la maison. Usually put 3, 4 or 5 petites pâtisseries. Here, on peut voir qu'on a un brownie. On a un chou qui est fourré à la fleur d'oranger, un chou, et puis on a un troisième gâteau which has de la myrtille, blueberry. Let me see if I can actually taste the pear and the apple. Ooh, wow, never had something like this before. The name of this tea, they called it le Honfleur. So Normand is the people who come from Normandy, c'est des Normands. What a cozy, cute spot that just happened to pass by. And I think that's the best thing about traveling. C'est qu'il faut un peu se perdre dans la ville. Like, don't just stop yourself at the most touristic spots, but kind of go into the small streets and find cute, cozy cafes. We're back in the city and juste en face de moi, just in front of me, j'ai l'impression de voir la peinture de Monet, to see Monet's painting. C'est l'église Sainte-Catherine. Regarde la peinture. This is the painting, la peinture. And this is the church. Ça, c'est le clocher, that's the bell tower. Et de l'autre côté, on a l'église. On va aller à l'intérieur, let's go see what's inside. The first few places we saw that they inspired some of Monet's painting, but Honfleur is the birthplace of Impressionism. C'est là où l'impressionnisme a commencé, because everyone thinks always about Monet, but there's actually another famous painter that's called Eugène-Boudin, and he was the first person to paint outdoors, en plein air. It was not a thing to paint in nature, to paint outside. Now it's impossible to not think about this because the point of Impressionism, a lot of the times, it's beautiful landscapes, beautiful people in the outdoors. Mais à l'époque, ça n'existait pas. It didn't exist. So it's crazy to think that it kind of originated from Honfleur. Going to visit Eugène-Boudin's museum was on top of my list of things to do in Honfleur, and I'm so glad I did it because it's crazy to see these paintings in real life, and the way he painted the harbor, the beach, the lighthouse, everything looks really realistic. And what's even more interesting is that there are also paintings of Claude Monet, since as they knew each other very well and worked also together closely, it was beautiful to see some of Claude Monet's paintings of this beautiful seaside city.
Off Rue Baudin, there's another street called Rue de la Bavole, and this street actually inspired one of Monet's famous paintings in Honfleur, and just look at it. Regarde-moi ça. It feels like we were transported in time. So beautiful. Avec les maisons à colombage with the half-timbered houses. C'est fou de se dire que ça n'a pas changé. If you look at the actual painting et la rue aujourd'hui, on a l'impression que ça n'a pas vraiment changé. It felt like it didn't change. It says les casiers de Honfleur. I'm so curious because I see lockers inside. Let's go in. Wow, they're actually real lockers that have a lot of seafood, des poissons, du fromage. J'ai jamais vu ça. I've never seen something like this. Deciding on what we're gonna have for dinner. But look, il y a les crevettes. There's some shrimp avec de la mayonnaise. Ça a l'air très très bon. Il y a du saumon aussi. There's salmon. Wow, there are even oysters. Il y a une barquette d'huîtres. Oh, I really like this, the rillettes. So it's like this like fish paste that you put on top of toast or bread. C'est très très bon aussi. Our whole dinner dans les casiers, we have fromage, Neufchâtel, salade au hareng, l'huile d'olive, des crevettes roses and bien sûr, we can't forget, la mayonnaise.
C'est le soir. I just got back and I asked the host saying that I wanted to make un feu de cheminée because j'ai encore jamais fait de feu à la maison because some of you know I grew up in Asia, j'ai grandi en Asie et j'avais pas de cheminée chez moi. I had no chimney in my home. It was really something that I've been wanting to do for a while. It seems like a small thing, mais faire un feu chez soi, it was really on my list of things to do. It's gonna be Mimi's first one as well. Et donc j'ai demandé like how can I make one? And they told me to get une boîte de bois de chauffage. So une boîte de bois de chauffage. Wow, it's so heavy. On va l'ouvrir, we're gonna open it. On a du bois. We have wood. Et j'ai l'impression qu'il y a vraiment beaucoup de sortes, you know. There's the thick ones, mais il y a aussi les bois très fins. Et puis il y a ça aussi pour le commencer. There's this to start as well. So first of all, I checked that the hatch was open parce qu'ils ont dit qu'ils font bien vérifier. We need to check well. Mimi is like, what is Mama doing? I'm making our first fireplace, Mimi. Donc on va d'abord mettre les bouts de bois épais, the really thick ones, les gros morceaux, the big pieces. Donc c'est vraiment ma première fois, not an expert at all. Et après on va mettre les plus petits morceaux, the smaller ones, par-dessus. And I think in English this is called a fire starter. Et après on va mettre ça à la fin. Je vais prendre les allumettes et on va allumer ça. We're gonna light it. Mémé, what do you think of this first fire, le premier feu? Mémé is unsure how to feel about all the smoke. Now that the fire is running, it's l'heure de l'apéro. It's time for l'apéro. We first have les rillettes, so it's the same thing. Usually it's pork or duck, mais cette fois-ci c'est du poisson. It's actually my favorite one. Avec une petite baguette with some bread, perfect for l'apéro. And we have the jus de pomme normal, which is normal apple juice. The one I'm excited for is this one. It's du poiré. So poiré is the same thing as du cidre, but cider, du cidre is with apples. Poiré, c'est avec de la poire, so with pears. Came across a really cute caviste épicerie, this local wine store that was selling a lot of specialties, and it's really cute because the couple has been running their business pendant 32 ans for 32 years. I also asked like what you have that's good cider for, you know, seafood or for an apéro. And then she said for seafood and for Saint-Jacques, which is what we're gonna eat later, she really likes to have le poiré. And I said, what's that? I've never heard of that. And so j'ai hâte de goûter ça. C'est le poiré that is just like cider, but with pears. Santé! J'aime beaucoup le cidre. I really love cider, but this one is a little bit different. I would say it's more fruity. C'est plus fruité. C'est de l'hareng mariné à l'huile. So this is actually herring that's marinated in oils and pickles and onions. It's usually an entrée that I love getting in brasseries. On a l'hareng, the herring fish, de patates et de l'oignon. everything's been marinated together. Better than the brasseries in Paris. C'est tellement bon. Il y a tellement de goût et de texture. So many flavors, so many textures, dried berries over here. Trop bon. Et dernièrement, and lastly, we have le Neufchâtel, which is un fromage that I really like. It's from the Normandy region, and what I think is super cute, c'est que c'est en forme de cœur. It's in the shape of a heart. I would say this is a much cooler Valentine's Day thing that you can gift. So creamy, hyper crémeux. C'est ce que j'adore aussi en France. What I love is that we don't need really a complicated dinner to make it very delicious. You just buy like a few small things. Tu peux avoir des rillettes, du fromage, a little like cold salad et avec une bonne baguette with good bread. Et c'est un très bon dîner. Now for the most interesting part, which I'm a little nervous about, is when I was in Bretagne à Saint-Malo, I was taught that there was a certain way to have les coquilles Saint-Jacques. Oh, c'est fou. Yeah, there's even a little shell over here. And we taught me that un peu de beurre, a little bit of butter, and the secret was to put un peu de vin, a bit of wine, but tonight we don't have wine. So we're gonna put un peu de poirée. I hope it works as well. And then, sur le feu, on the fire. On le met sur le feu, and it depends how much you want it cooked, but personally I want it well cooked, so je pense que pour 2 minutes, for 2 minutes, et après on va goûter ça, we're gonna taste that. Straight off the fire, des Saint-Jacques toutes fraîches, we're gonna taste it. Oh, it's smoky hot. Wow, ça fond dans la bouche, it melts in your mouth. And the thing about fresh Saint-Jacques is I feel like there's un goût un peu sucré, a bit of a sweet taste. I really discovered Saint-Jacques when I went to Bretagne for the first time, but it's something else to make it sur la cheminée. If you haven't done it before and you have a chimney, try it out. Un peu de beurre, a bit of butter, a bit of wine or cider or something. C'est trop bon. It really tastes like the seafood and super cozy dish pour l'hiver parfait, for perfect winter.
Tellement beau, it's such good weather. I'm walking au long du port et je vois qu'il y a énormément de mouettes. There are so many cute seagulls, t'as vu? Il y en a beaucoup. À Paris, on a des pigeons, on n'a pas des mouettes. En plus, ce petit soleil là, the weather changes instantly en Normandie. From 1 second it's gray, une seconde il pleut, it rains, une seconde il fait nuageux, it's cloudy et maintenant il fait beau. Donc la Normandie c'est ça. It's the weather that is changing all the time. Mais c'est trop chouette parce que là il y a des bateaux avec des pêcheurs. There are boats with fishermen. And they're selling scallops, oysters, fish. Et donc, je pense que je vais aller acheter quelque chose. Et après, on va se balader dans la ville. We're gonna walk a bit in the city. Et du coup, vous vendez quoi? Vous vendez des coquilles Saint-Jacques. Hier soir, pour la première fois, je les ai faites à la cheminée. Parce qu'à Saint-Malo, on m'avait conseillé un bout de beurre, un peu de vin sur la cheminée. C'est rien à voir hein. Avec ce qu'on mange en brasserie, vraiment rien à voir. Et vous êtes là chaque week-end?
Tous les mercredis et samedis.
Ok, tous les mercredis et samedis.
Vient d'arriver et en fait sur la place Sainte-Catherine, which is where there's the famous church that Monet painted, ils ont un marché, they have a market tous les samedis matins, every Saturday morning. J'ai pris un petit chocolat chaud. Là, il y a du soleil, so it really feels like a city break from Paris. time I'm in a new town or a new city, I love looking at different high viewpoints pour voir toute la ville so that we can see the whole city. Here we're actually on one of the most historic buildings of Honfleur. It's called La Lieutenance. Today it's a museum, but this is to show that museums actually can also be very cool places where we can have nice views, and actually it's dated back from the 16th century and it's been through so much of the past of Honfleur. And the reason why it's called La Lieutenance is because it was the lieutenant's home at the time who was defending and protecting the harbor of Honfleur. Et aujourd'hui and today we can see la magnifique vue du vieux bassin, and it's a great place I think when you just arrive to Honfleur and you want to know a little bit more about the city. It's a great place to start. You can see this view, and then after tu peux te balader, you can walk around and have a nice coffee along the old ports. Juste à côté du port, right next to the port. Et en fait, quand tu vas à droite, when you go on the right, il y a une petite ruelle ici. There is like this small hidden gem street qui s'appelle la rue de la prison, which is the street of jail, parce que c'est là où il y avait l'ancienne prison. Et dans cette petite rue, and in this small street, on a un manoir qu'on voit ici. On the right, il y a l'ancienne prison. It was an old prison. Regardez ça. Wow. En plein milieu de la ville, right in the middle of the city, on retrouve une petite prison. Let me show you another hidden gem street qui est juste à côté de cette rue, right next to this street. On a la rue des petites boucheries. So the street of the small butchers, parce que c'est là où en fait il y avait des anciennes boucheries qu'on retrouvait dans cette rue, qui a vraiment gardé un esprit du Moyen-Âge, a really middle-age feeling. Si je vois là, c'est écrit ici a vécu et travaille Dominique Pinel, peintre honfleurais, and that's because people who come from Honfleur, on les appelle les honfleurais. Just like people that come from Lyon, on les appelle les Lyonnais, or people who come from Paris, on les appelle les Parisiens. And it's another artistic street, on peut voir ici. He painted this that was inspired from cette rue-là, de cette rue-là. C'est fou parce qu'à Honfleur, j'ai l'impression de marcher à l'intérieur des peintures vivantes. I'm like walking into paintings that I've always seen. And this is when you realize you shouldn't just go to the more touristic areas. Qu'en fait, il faut se balader dans les petites ruelles. You need to get lost into the small streets qui ressemblent vraiment aux tableaux pour le coup. That look really like the paintings. I wanted to go see un grenier à sel, which is some of the biggest salt storage buildings in Normandy. And to my surprise, we could go inside and il y avait un marché de tissus et couture, which is a market that has textiles and sewing materials. And so I had a bit of a look around. I thought it was so cool that it was such a historical place and now the city's using it. And I actually found une pépite. I found something that I really liked. It was sewn by a local Honfleuraise. She sewed this beautiful tapestry of the view of the clocher of Honfleur, and I bought it just for fun. Exactly the sort of local handmade souvenirs I want to bring back. Just got my galette. So a galette is a salty crepe. This galette is called la biquette because il y a du fromage de chèvre with goat cheese, my favorite cheese. Il y a de l'emmental, il y a de la crème because in Normandy they love to cook avec beaucoup de crème. Et il y a des pommes caramélisées, caramelized apples. J'ai jamais goûté une galette où il y a du sucré et du salé, where they're salty and they're sweet. Bien sûr, there's la pomme because they have so much things with apple in Normandy. On va goûter, let's try. Wow. Et bien sûr, I can't leave sans commander un dessert. So for the dessert, I got un truc très classique, very classic, c'est la Teurgoule. Voilà. Nopi, nopi. Ah, voilà. Faites attention, c'est chaud. D'accord.
Et ça, c'était vraiment pour le goûter à 16h avec un verre de cidre, d'accord. Et du coup, pour un dessert, en Normandie, ça se mange comme dessert aussi.
Ah, bien sûr.
Aussi,
Ah oui,
d'accord.
bien sûr, bien sûr.
Nous avons la Teurgoule. So la Teurgoule is really une spécialité normande, a Norman specialty, du riz au lait à la cannelle.
The owner was explaining to me que à la base, il y avait des bateaux navires, il y avait aussi des pirates, there were pirates. They would sell spices and products from abroad, so they would actually stock it under la lieutenance, which is the place that we just visited. And under la lieutenance, they would actually stock spices that they would resell. So one of those spices was la cannelle, cinnamon, and du riz, rice. So eventually he was saying les Normandes, the women from Normandy, they started to experiment with these spices. Ils faisaient en fait plein de choses. They take 8 hours to slow cook it, so they leave it in the evening and then in the morning it's ready.
Et ça ressemble à ça. Et apparemment, ça ressemble au riz au lait, which is another French dessert that mon grand-père adore manger. Quand j'étais petite, je détestais le riz au lait. I really didn't like it because I thought that rice should be salty. Ça doit être salé, pas sucré. Mais aujourd'hui, j'aime beaucoup le riz au lait. So, on va goûter le riz au lait à la cannelle with cinnamon. Never had this in Paris. First time I ever tried this. Donc, on va goûter. Wow, c'est tellement simple, mais c'est tellement bon. It's so simple, but it's so delicious. Ouais, c'est trop bon. The owner was telling me que eux, ils mangent ça pour le goûter. They have this for snack time. And since he's been 7-8 years old, he's had this for snack time with a glass of cider. Et je lui ai dit, mais il y a de l'alcool dans le cidre, there's alcohol in cider. But he said, en Normandie, ils ont tout le temps eu l'habitude, they've always been used to it, et donc ils ont bu du cidre depuis très petit. Mais honnêtement, ce dessert, ça vaut vraiment le coup. Mais honnêtement, have you ever heard of desserts that take 6 to 8 hours? C'est très bon, but would I do it for that long? I'm not sure.
Et voilà, nos jours à Honfleur sont finis. Our days in Honfleur are reaching an end. Et me revoilà au point de départ, back to the point, which is le vieux bassin, the old port. Honestly, I really loved my time here. It's a city that's so rich in the history of art with generations of artists that inspired Impressionism today. It has a really rich maritime history and it's related to the Seine et Paris. The seafood, la gastronomie and les fruits de mer, c'était tellement délicieux. I'm so happy I was able to make my first fire and cook my first fruits de mer on the fire. C'est complètement fou. I also made another video talking about the place where I'm currently staying. If you want to go ahead and check that out, it was honestly the best cozy studio I've ever seen in all of France. Il est trop mimi, so if you want to go ahead and check it out there. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, it would mean a lot if you gave me a hype or a super thanks because it encourages me in the work that I do. I hope to see you in next week's video. Make sure to subscribe. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt!